Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Winnie, and in today's episode I will be showing you guys how to write a UK CV. This is one episode you would not want to miss for anything in the world, okay? A CV is what gives you a good chance to present yourself to the employer as that candidate that they have been looking for, okay? So on your CV, you need to showcase what your strengths are, what your strong skills are, what your job experience has been, whether in a volunteered role or in a paid role, all right? But you need to show them what you have been up to until applying for that role, guys. A CV is not a one size fits all, and by that I mean your CV should not be used to apply to every job role, okay? You need to adapt your CV to suit the role you're applying for. So you need to go check the job advert for 3 things. Do I have 4 fingers up? 3 things, guys. Number 1 will be the person specification, the job specification, and the company details, all right, or that organization's details. You need to know what the job description is. That's what I mean by job specification. What does that job involve? You also need to know what the person specification is. What that means is like the person criteria. What are those things they are looking for in their ideal candidates? They will always state it in the advert. Sometimes it is plainly stated in words in the advert. Other times it's attached as a document. Sometimes it could come in 3 documents. So make sure you are not so quick to apply, but you have gone through that role, that advert, to see what the job description, person specification, and what the company is all about. Go to Google, type the company name, research their history, what are their values, what do they stand for, what is their purpose, what have they been up to, what have they been doing, how long have they been in existence, what is their policies. You need to show in your CV that you are the ideal candidate. So don't go anywhere while I show you guys through my screen how I search for a job on the different job sites, and also adapting your CV or creating a CV that fits into the description that is given by the job advert. So guys, this is how I search for a job. I'm typing care assistant in Bournemouth, just typing directly to Google to just bring up different job sites, hopefully. So let's see our results. We have here different job sites, like I said, Indeed. There we have Read. We also have Total Jobs, and we have DWP. So I'm going to go on Indeed right now to do the search. Let's see what results Indeed comes up with. Okay, guys, so that's Indeed button there. Now within Indeed, there are limiters. You can see different limiters, but I'm only applying the limiter that would produce for me results that are part-time jobs. So once you click on that, every result, every job that it showcases would be part-time jobs. All right, now let's go back and use the next one, which is Read. It's pretty much the same thing. You can apply your limiters on Read as well. You limit to part-time jobs. That should be on the left hand corner. I just need to click accept so you can see my screen properly. So these are the limiters: permanent, temporary, part-time, full-time, contract. Just limit your search to whatever you want. You can even limit it to place. See, work from home, that's remote jobs. Now there are different jobs. Remember, I'm only applying for care assistant roles, but there are different jobs you can apply for, different roles. Okay, so that's read.co.uk. You can use that also to search for jobs. Now let's go back. We are going to be using the next one now to search for jobs. That's Total Jobs. This is quite similar to Indeed, pretty much the same thing. You just go through that. You can see different jobs at your right. Is it right now or left hand corner? You can apply limiters. Okay, now let's go to DWP, and that is find a job. Okay, Findajob is the government site where you can find jobs. This is quite broad and I love using this. So it's already automatically put in care jobs in Bournemouth, which is the results we'll be seeing. You can always limit to whatever you want. You can see salary range, category. So there are lots of limiters, contract type, if you want permanent contract, temporary, apprenticeship, hours in terms of full-time and part-time. So you can apply these limiters to give you results. Okay, now let's write the CV proper. In writing a CV, I'm going to be using a life career app. Okay, not really an app, is a site that helps you write your CV. So let's just go through it. Now I'm going to choose a template. You can choose any template, but I like to be simple because I want to make this as professional as possible. So I'm going to be picking one of the templates, of course, and that will be something simple. Look over there. I'm going to be picking a template that is simple. Like I said, I'm just giving you guys a view of the different templates that are on this site. So we're finally going to settle for the third one. Yes, that's what I love to use, but I do something else. You know, it's in blue, but I like to make it professional, so I'm changing the color to black. You might want to leave it at blue, but I like using black. So I'm just going to choose this template and we move on. You can decide to pre-fill with a CV if you have one, or you start from scratch like me. So I'm starting out to fill the header with my details, my name, surname, the city. Please note that this is just a sample, so the informations I'm putting here are not actual informations. Okay, now you put in your county, you put in your postcode, and then there's a column for phone number. Automatically your email is signed in because, like I said, this is a job site and it's actually a paid version. Although I know it comes with free trials, but then you need to subscribe. So I have a subscription, which is why it has my email automatically. Now the phone number, of course, is not mine. I just put in a random. I'm sure that's not correct anyways. Now we have to fill in our experience section. So you just click continue. This is where it gets easy. The job title, just type in whatever job title you're looking at. Remember, we are looking at care assistant or support worker. So I'm going to click on support worker, put your employer's name, put in the other details like your city, your county. Remember your start date and your end date, and you always start filling out your experience with the most recent experience, guys. The most recent experience should be at the top of the experience folder, all right, or section of your CV. Now I'm just filling in my start date, and now for end date I left it blank and I clicked I currently work there. Okay, but if you no longer work there, you can just put in the end date. Now this is what makes it so easy. You only need to type in the job role. You can see it gives you options, different options, and then it also gives you the roles, the description, so you can just look through it and pick the one that aligns the most with what you've done. So I'm just picking them and filling them in. Now take note of keywords like dignity, person-centered care, confidentiality, providing emotional support. Now I'm editing this to suit me, so you don't just go and copy and paste. Okay, try to edit. So I'm putting in attended. I need to specify the training I attended there, which is why I'm putting in attended first aid training. Okay, so make sure you are adapting this to suit your role in the past. Okay, now we want to add more experience. I'm adding an experience of an administrative assistant. Okay, so I'll type that as the job title now, and then of course I fill in the other details like we did previously. So administrative assistant, employer, John's Hospital. This is just a random name, not any real names of places. Okay, then we are also filling the city, which I decided would use Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, because I know some of you might be coming in from Nigeria. You can also put in your Nigerian experience, okay? It's still relevant. Don't completely throw or discard it. It's very relevant. So you put in the year you started and you put in the end date. If you're currently working there, remember to click I currently work there. So we're moving on now to fill in the job descriptions. Like we did earlier, you just need to, you can see it's already brought in the results for administrative assistant for me. So I'm just like I did before, picking in those which align the most to what I have done in my previous role. So you need to select, and what also I'm doing here is trying to pick that which is most relevant to that of a care assistant, like greeting visitors, directing people to designated areas, safeguarding information that is relevant and transferable to a care assistant role. So you might want to pick out those roles that are transferable, because you know the job role now is not a care assistant but that of an administrative assistant, but you know that there are some skills that are transferable. So pick out the ones that align the most to that of a care assistant. Remember, this has to be something that you've done before. We are not just formulating. In as much as this life career site helps me design a CV, but I also am adapting it to suit my previous experience. So don't entirely copy and paste, guys. So you can see I'm just doing a lot of editing here. Provided a friendly, supportive and caring attitude towards patients throughout the, now I'm editing that to during their time at the hospital. Remember that the job role is an administrative assistant at a hospital. So I need to make sure that whatever I'm putting there aligns to the job title. Okay, this is just to guide you. It's a guide, not for you to copy and paste. So I'm just flipping through to see if there's anyone that's also relevant to me. So you just go through and see which aligns to the job role. Okay, so that's just what I'm doing over here, guys. There are lots and lots of job roles and results, okay, but I think what we have here is enough. So you can see I'm still editing. Liaise with nurses and doctors to improve the well-being of clients. I feel that relates more to what I've done in the past as an administrative assistant. I didn't have to go through care plans as an administrative assistant, so I'm just editing to suit my previous experience. And remember to cross-check for spelling errors, cross-check for punctuation, use the right punctuations. You can see I'm just editing and adapting. Okay, that's all I'm doing. And I think for now, this looks okay. One of the job roles is answered and managed incoming calls. I feel the first and the second are just a repetition. So I decided to delete, okay? So I deleted the first two and then I'm left with, one thing you have to be mindful of is not putting so much job roles, okay? So that you don't have 3 pages CV, a 3-paged CV. You want your CV to be as concise as possible. Okay, now I'm beginning to realize that I used too much for each role, but not to worry, this is just a sample. Now the last experience I'm indicating is that of a family carer. Now if you have taken care of somebody before, grandma, grandpa, dad, mom, put it there. It's relevant. I know it's a volunteered role because you most likely were not paid for it, but it is actually relevant. So in this case, I took care of my grandma, so I'm putting that as an experience. So my employer is obviously my grandma and the job title is family carer. So I'll put in an end date, okay, and then we move on to pick out the role, the job descriptions, I mean. So let's move on. Like what I did the other time, just pick out what is most relevant to what you've done. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to make it fast so this video is not so long, but it will give you a lot of options. So take your time to pick what is most relevant. Check for errors, adapt it to suit what you want, and then we have our experience. So I've put in 3 job experiences. Now let's go to the education section. You fill in your university, whatever institution you graduated from, the city is located. Now in this case, it's in Nigeria. You can put in Lagos, Nigeria, just so they know it is in Nigeria. Now the qualification is a Bachelor of Science and the field of study is sociology. Now you put in your year of graduation, okay? And then we continue. Now, you can also put in maybe if you've done something exceptional, like maybe your dissertation topic, but it's not relevant. So I'm skipping that part. Now we move on to the next part of our CV, which is the skills. So you need to show them your skills. Already it's come up with 4 top skills for me, but I do not want to use this one, so I'm going to say no thanks. And then I'm going to impute my own skills that I feel are relevant to the job role. Okay, so I'm just typing care assistant to see what skills it comes up with. So I will pick those that are most relevant: food preparation, patient activity. We have here medicine administration, care planning, CPR. There are lots of skills, but please don't go and exaggerate or choose things that you don't have, skills that you don't have. Make sure whatever skills you're picking are those that you have, because you can't lie to them on your CV and get to the job and then you're not able to do what you said you can do. So make sure that whatever you're putting down is the skills that you actually possess. So just try to make sure that whatever skills you are showcasing is relevant to the job description. So I'm just going to pick a few and then I think I have enough. I continue. Now you can add a summary. This summary section is like your bio. It already comes with a lot of summaries for you to pick out which is most relevant. So what I'm going to do is just select one what I feel totally aligns to the role of a care assistant. Remember, you can use Life Career to draft CVs for different job roles, not just that of a care assistant. It's pretty much the same process. So I've picked the second option there as my summary. Now I want to put in an extra section because this is for a care assistant role. I need to put in the certifications. So I've added a section titled certification. Now here I have to manually fit in the certifications I want using bullet points. So you know all those trainings that you've done online, all those online courses. Here is the noun is the best place. Am I saying noun is the best place? Pardon me, guys. This is the best place for you to include them. So I'm just randomly putting them in. Of course, you can't put everything, just put a few. Like I've put in infection control, medication administration. Remember to use the right punctuation. Now I'm also going to add some more. So just look up what trainings you've done and then put that in. Food and hygiene. There are lots of trainings. I'm going to add one more or two more. Nutrition, I feel that is very important as a care worker. And then there's also moving and handling techniques. Of course, you are going to be moving people from different positions, so you need that skill. And then I'm going to put also finally the data management. So these are like training courses that I've undertaken, which is what I'm including there. And then we continue. So this is giving us the whole CV. So this is an opportunity for you to go through and see if you can edit, but this is the final work. Remember, this is just a sample to guide you. So this is what our final CV for a care assistant role looks like. I hope it's helpful. Please do well to share this video with those who might really need this. As you can see, I've shown you a typical CV for a care assistant role or a support worker role. You can actually use this format to create your CV on a Word document, and I hope you found this very helpful. So guys, on my next video, I will go further to show you guys how to actually prepare for an interview, how to answer interview questions, and how to make the interviewer like you or be interested in you as the candidates that they are looking for. Until my next video, guys, keep winning and enjoying life. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to comment. I love you guys.